Hello, students. Good afternoon. I am Dr Manish Khargonkar, and today in this video we will be discussing the managerial economics, the basics, and some important concepts as well as the relationship with managerial economics for the other streams. So, students, first of all, we will see the definition of managerial economics. Managerial economics is the discipline that deals with the application of economic concepts, theories, and methodologies to the practical problems of business. This is a very good definition of managerial economics. Students, we have generally an interpretation, or we can say the impression in our mind, that managerial economics is something that is very uh, tedious or very tough concept, but it is not so. It is a very interesting subject, and the target of teachers like me is to create the conceptual accuracy amongst all the students related with the managerial economics. So, managerial economics is a very useful stream of economics, and it applies the economic concepts as well as theories, methodologies to solve the practical problems of business. In other words, we can also define managerial economics that when a manager or an economist use managerial theories or concepts of management and other disciplines to solve the problems in the business or to the economics, we can say, it is called managerial economics. So, first of all, the nature of managerial economics, we will discuss the points. It is microeconomic in nature. Students, it is very important to understand the difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics. When we talk about an or a concept which is related with economics at a single person level or at the local level, it can be called microeconomic. For example, if I will speak about the income of my own side or income of the people, very few people, or we can say income of two or three people, so that will be microeconomic factor. But if I speak the income of all the teachers in our country, that is a macroeconomic aspect. So it is very important to understand the difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics. The concepts are same, but when we deal or when we talk or when we discuss about these concepts at national level or international level or at a very big level, then that is called macroeconomics. And micro means at personal level or at a with a sample of very few people or local level, that is microeconomic. Second nature is pragmatic. Managerial economics is pragmatic in nature. Students, pragmatic means it deals with the practical approach, though we have to follow the theoretical approach also, but when the theory is applied to the practical, or when the theoretical concepts are applied by a manager to the practical situations, it becomes pragmatic. So, managerial economics is pragmatic. Then it is conceptual. Generally, the students are lacking the conceptual accuracy related with managerial economics. But what I say is that if you will take some interest of your own in the understanding of the economic concepts, then your managerial economics part will be very strong. So it is required that you must take the interest in the studies of managerial economics. So conceptual, we have so many concepts in managerial economics, like the demand analysis, like the supply analysis, law of demand, like inflation, like unemployment, the GDP and GNP. All these are the concepts which are very useful, very interesting, and a student has to make perfection by understanding all these concepts. So this is important. Then problem solving. The nature of managerial economics is problem solving, because it helps a manager to solve the problems of the business. Next, we will see the scope of the managerial economics. The managerial economics has a very vast scope. It has uh, estimation of demand for any product. We can estimate by using the tools and techniques of managerial economics. We can analyze the demand, that whether the demand is less or whether demand is high, or the demand elasticity, price elasticity, income elasticity, cross elasticity. All are the types of the demand elasticity, and it is a factor, or it is a part which is covered under the analysis of demand. Then managerial economics is having the scope in planning the production schedule. Students, we always know that there are uh, some types of organizations, like service organization, like trading organization, like manufacturing organization. And particularly in manufacturing organization, the production schedule is very important to be decided by a manager. Production schedule means the manager has to make a combination of least cost. It means the factors of production are arranged, or are mixed in the proportion which cost the less, or the uh, least in the different combinations. So this is the planning of production schedule. Then deciding the input combination. As I said, that the least cost input should be there. It means the input combination should be designed which should be cost savvy, which should have the least cost, so that we can earn more profit and we can go for the reasonable production process. Then estimation of cost is the next point. Students, we must get familiar with the different cost concepts, like the total cost and fixed cost and variable cost. Total cost means the addition of variable cost into fixed cost, that is called total cost. So we have so many types of cost, like factors of production which cost in our production process, like material and labor and overheads. All these are there, but these mainly, these costs are differentiated or classified into two main categories, like fixed cost. Fixed cost means the cost which does not vary with the volume of production, that is called fixed cost. For example, I give always a very popular example, that if in a factory we are producing 10,000 units in a year, and the insurance premium for the factory is 1 lakh rupees per year. At this time, in the next year, suppose we manufacture 30,000 units, but the insurance premium is fixed, that is the same, that is called 1 lakh rupees. So this is called fixed cost. And variable cost is that cost which varies with the production volume of the factory or manufacturing unit. For example, if I require 2 rupees per unit as a variable cost, which is, I can define materials, 2 rupees material are required for producing 1 unit. So if I produce 1000 units, then the material cost will be 2000. If I produce 5000 units, then the material cost will be 10,000 rupees. So this is varying. This cost is varying according to the production volume. Suppose I produce only 100 units, then the cost of material will be variable to 200. So this is called variable cost. Then it has also a scope of analyzing price and market. What is the price that a business owner should keep for its product? That will be an ideal price which will be helpful in increasing the sales volume or increasing the demand. So that is called the analysis of price and analysis of market. So there are so many types of markets, as we will be discussing in future in detail, that is monopolistic market or monopoly, oligopoly, and duopoly, and all these are the different types of markets. So which is the type of your market in front of you? That is, when we analyze that point, it is called the scope of managerial economics in analyzing the market. And the last is controlling the capital expenditure. So capital expenditure is the expenditure which includes purchasing of fixed assets generally. It means when we go for a larger amount of expenditure and investment in such assets for the business which will be giving us benefits for the long term coming into the future, that is called capital expenditure. So capital expenditure control is also under the scope of managerial economics. Then students, next interesting part is the relationship with other discipline. It means how managerial economics is related with other disciplines. So first of all, relationship with economics, as we all know that managerial economics is the extension of economics. It is closely related with the economics. We also discuss the economic concepts in this topic, in this subject. Then we have statistics. So students, we all know that when we solve about the numericals in the managerial economics, like elasticity of demand and forecasting of demand, so we have to take the help of statistical tools like correlation and regression and other techniques also. Then we also cover the mathematical portion, like the differential, like the derivatives. So mathematical concepts are also included in managerial economics. So it is closely related with statistics, mathematics, and economics. At the same time, operation research, it means how to optimize the production by applying different mathematical tools, is being given in the subject of operation research. So it is also related with managerial economics. As I earlier told, that fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, all these are the concepts of accounting which are covered under the subject of managerial economics. And the management theories are also applied in economics. So managerial economics has a very close relationship with economics, statistics, mathematics, operation research, accounting, and management. You can write down while writing your answer in the examination, you can write it in this order, write point wise, and try to enhance your description in each point in your own language. As I am explaining conceptually to you, you can write it in your own language, in your own accent also. So this is one part. Then we also have optimization techniques. So optimization means why this concept is there. When we try to optimize the sales or the profit margin, we can say, we have to utilize certain concepts which are covered under these optimization techniques, like total revenue. Total revenue, TR is equal to P into Q. So total revenue is equal to revenue received after selling all the units. There's a price multiplied by quantity. Total revenue is equal to price multiplied by quantity. Then we have average revenue. It is the price per unit, you can say. It means when we divide the total revenue by the quantity, then we can get the price of the commodity. It is the price per unit. Then we have another important concept of marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is the change in the revenue in case of one additional unit of product. It means when the revenue is increased and due to the increase in the sales. So it is called, the increment in this is called marginal revenue. The change in the revenue in the case of one additional unit of the product. Then we also consider maxima and minima, and all these are the mathematical concepts during the optimization technique. So optimization is basically targeted towards the increment of sales and profit. So today in this video we have discussed about the definition of managerial economics, the nature of managerial economics, the scope of managerial economics, the relationship of managerial economics with other disciplines, and the optimization techniques. So students, I think this will help you to revise your basic concepts related with the managerial economics, and also you will be able to write down your answers related with these topics or these concepts successfully. Thank you very much and good day to all.